I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on today's video. Listen, I'm butchering the color. We're laughing about how really polished a redneck I am. So I'm saying this has got to be Mulsanne Blue because, you know, that's French. That's how you're supposed to say it. And I'm thinking to myself, this is Mulsanne Blue. I don't even know how to say it. It doesn't really matter. The car is awesome looking, and that's all I think they should have called the color, Awesome Blue. I know that sounds cheesy, but that's really what it is. Anyway, it's 454, 4-speed, 12-bolt, F41, right? With a couple pieces of the build sheet in here. This is really, really a cool piece. As these cars approach the end of their line, you know, the insurance company was killing these cars off. That's why the 72s of last year for all this horsepower, that's why the horsepower dropped off so much. That's why they just stopped putting the multi-carburation on cars, especially Chryslers and things like that, because this is the end of the run. That's why these are becoming so collectible. And when you find a car that's beautifully restored like this, okay, then you have another great piece of history with you. This has about 8,000 miles on it since it was restored, okay? It's just been driven to shows, and when you look around the car, you can tell, like, I don't know if he took it to shows with a bra on the front and then waxy underneath of it and the insides of the wheels, but it is so ridiculously clean. I don't think that I could take care of a car like this, so the reason I'm spending some time extra is so you can see. What I do love about it is the paint. The paint is spectacular. Under the lights here, right? Looks stupid. And I don't know if you know, but the factory color is called Awesome Blue. Maybe I didn't mention that. And it does have the black stripes, and that's what you want. So if you'd come up here for a second, I want to show you what Awesome Blue really looks like, okay? But what I wanted to show you is, look at this right here. This is so beautifully done with so much clear coat paint on there. Look how ridiculously clear all of that is, okay? The colors here. All new polished stainless and trim. And you say, well, Tone, that's really great. It's got shiny paint. It's got a couple pieces of stainless and trim. No, not a couple pieces of stainless and trim. I restore these cars all the time, man. Let's say you want to get new stainless and trim for the car. I just minimized all that in 2 words. But imagine crates of grill, bumpers, surrounds for the parking lights, parking light lenses, the parking light screws for the lenses, the sockets for the lenses, the bulbs for the lenses. We just talked about the lenses, and that took 5 minutes. See what I mean? It's piece after piece after piece makes her a car so nicely done that when you get in it and you fire it up, off you go. This is not a stock 454 either. When they built this car, this is the way I would own a car, is that this one here, there's a lot more going on inside the engine than what happened from the factory, but it's so drivable because it's so new and nicely restored. All right, a little bit more, some things that are correct and some things that are not, and we're finishing those up right now. I just want to get the video done so you can see it. We're missing the 454 callouts here, all right, because it has all new sheet metal. I guess he didn't want to drill any more holes. It came with what it came with. I think that needs it, so I'm going to put it on there. This is the correct 71 style rim, but it has the incorrect center cap on it, so we'll have that replaced. That'll be done by there. Also, but it does have the correct trim ring. This is an insert inside the wheel, where it's very different than, say, the earlier rally wheels that you would get, or the Supersport wheels you would get for the big block cars. They had a full trim ring that went on the top of the wheel. This actually inserts into a fold inside there. But I want you to look at is down the side of the car, because what most people don't understand is that a great looking paint job, and that's why I keep focusing on this Awesome Blue paint job, is because the time it's spent in the prep of it. You and I could probably paint, right? I'm not a painter, but let's just say we could potentially paint with enough paint and wet sand and clear, you know, we could probably do okay. It's the prep that goes into the car that makes a big difference, and here's what I'm talking about. Look at the gap of this car for a second. All of these are the right size. The door doesn't hang out at the bottom. Okay, it has the correct line down here. Some people, when they put all this mud in here for rusty cars, they fill this line in because they think it's incorrect. It's not incorrect. It's supposed to be there, right? And then when you hear stuff like this, listen to this. It's a solid, well put together door because it's all restored inside the door. All right, we keep rolling around. All new stainless and trim. Glass. The glass alone is $1,500, maybe $2,500 by the time you put all new bushings, glass, have somebody take all the doors apart, rebuild all the guts in there, new package tray back here, stripes back here, clear coated, new bumper, new emblems, new tips, new bezels, new lenses, new screws for the bezels, for the light sockets and light bulbs and whatever. It goes on and on and on. That's why when you buy a car like this, man, you can't go wrong. You've watched these cars go up in value each year, and if you can get a car and drive it this weekend that's restored for less than restoring it yourself, this is the only way to go. All right, so here, you know, little tiny detail stuff. Like for instance, like these lanyards that are here, These lanyards have a plastic coating on them, and lots of cars that come here, the plastic coating is gone, and people they don't replace them. This has really nice plastic on it to keep this from scratching and stuff like that. So little tiny stuff, maybe not a big deal to you, but I know that over time, this is the kind of stuff that wears a car out and makes it look old. That's why this car looks so good still. All right, so come on up in here. All right, and as we correctly finish the car up for you, all right, so here's some of the things that you'll be getting, all right? We did the engine detail in here, all right? This is the wrong call out for the horsepower there. We know we have the right one coming. We don't get a lot of 71s in because they didn't make a lot of 71 454s, and so we ran out of those stickers there. We have lots of 70s because we cycle through those a lot because they made, you know, probably 3 times as many, or I should say 3 times as many are still alive, all right? Battery topper, but an important part to see is that you can see that this engine is very different. This does have power steering, it does have power disc brakes, has a beautiful cowl tag over there restored, the firewall's all restored, it has new wiring in there. All this detail stuff here is done, but what's underneath and inside this engine is a lot of power. We estimated probably closer to 500 horsepower than the original 365. And I think that when you go down the road with this 4-speed, you're going to go, wow, this is like 500 horsepower. And I do love the color, awesome blue. All right, so you know what? Listen, I want you to hear this for a second. It's got springs in the trunk like it's supposed to hold it up. All painted nicely in there. A new mat. It's got a spare tire. You say, well, Tone, it's got a spare tire. So what? Well, you know, most cars that we get don't come with a spare tire. New weather stripping, new decals. It's that kind of restoration that you get when you get this kind of stuff. If you could please, real quick, I just wanted you to come down here and look. Look how detailed it is underneath there. Not everything spray bombed black. The gas tank is one color. The shocks are another color. The exhaust is shiny. There's a 12 bolt hanging down. F41 suspension underneath of it, all nice. BFGs laying down the power. How you doing? And guess what just happened? Yes, that's just beat me. Anyway, that's a pretty nice car. All right, so come on in here. Most people don't know that buckets and console did not come in most Chevelles. All right, the standard interior was a bench seat. Also, the cars didn't come with power disc brakes or power steering. They came with disc brakes, but not power steering and power disc brakes. This car has all of that stuff. Finding the 4-speed here is really nice. Having a bench seat car, believe it or not, sometimes to take out 2 couples with you, or if you have extra kids, you want to take all the kids and the wife too, or if you're the wife and you want to take the husband out in your car, I think that's really cool. One of the things we can do for you, which we do almost every week, is we convert these to buckets and console. So we're able to get a bucket seat and console set up for you, change it, and make that happen. So we have lots of those. We have tons of bench seats left over from the conversions. Your call on that, but the interior, you need to look through here because the interior, if Colin can lift that button there, I can't reach it. The interior is all new, all new. The seats, the door panels, sail panels, headliner, dome light lens, dome light bulb, visors. Check out how nice the door panels and all the chrome and the handles, the window cranks, all that stuff in this car is just really, really nice. Nice SuperSport dash. And actually, this is an upgraded version of that dash, and it's more expensive because it has the chrome bezels on here, not just the silver painted ones. All right, AM, FM. All right, radio in the dash. And if you want to, which we do for a lot of people, okay, is we hide an AM, FM CD, like an Alpine digital sound system in the glove box so that you can stream your music from your phone. It's iTunes, iPod, whatever, MP3, and everything comes out of there. It leaves the dash looking stock, but you take all your tunes with you down the road. All right, so come on over here for a second. I wanted to show you we have some partial build sheets here. We have this partial build sheet because we have 2 of them. Partial build sheet there and another piece there because a lot of these cars came with, and these are just copies that in case something happened. A lot of these cars came with 2, 3, and 4 build sheets because I believe there were a stack of 5 in carbon form back in the day. And guys like me remember what carbon was, where we would type something out. I didn't type, but you know what I'm saying. And there would be another piece behind it, and another piece behind it, and another piece behind it. And that's how they built this car, man. Assembly line started, they handed them this build sheet, and the guy pulled off the 454 off the shelf, the 4-speed off the shelf, the 12 bolt off the shelf, the emblems, the la 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 la, and boom, next thing you know, you got a car like this. So having a little bit of documentation adds to the authenticity of the car as well as adding some provenance that will give you even more financial rewards and gain over time, hopefully. All right, so a couple of things that are still coming. You know, obviously this car is beautifully restored. A couple small, tiny pieces. I wanted to get the video done. This is the 454 look that we would be looking for in the car for you. All right, so as we close up the video, we got a couple partial build sheets. We have a correct color-coded car, correct color combination car. We have a 454 that is an animal, right? 4-speed in your hand, 12 bolt throwing it out the back, BFGs, just all that. Those things will be gone by a weekend. You own this car, you might as well buy yourself either stock in BFG, right? Say, hey, listen, I'd like to buy 16,000 shares of BFG Radial T stock. Only that. That's the only stock I want to buy, because you'll be buying those on a regular basis if you can't control yourself. And I'm not there to protect you, so I don't know how to help you. Anyway, beautifully restored car, 71 Super Sport, big block 4-speed. How you do it? Call us 301-816-1000. We'll find a way to get in your garage. Some cars sound better in idle. I just thought you didn't hear this thing idle, man. Check this out.